Okay, students, I hope we can see the PowerPoint slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the strategies applied by managers to overcome the obstacles and achieve coordination in a supply chain. So first one is aligning goals and incentives. So goals and incentives can be aligned. Okay, align incentives so that each participant has an incentive to do the things that will maximize total supply chain profits. Say, for example, in incentive obstacle, I considered the example of the performance appraisal of a transportation manager. Okay, if as long as the transportation manager maintains low cost, okay, low transportation cost per unit, okay, his rating will be higher. But in my example, I gave a road and air mode. So if he chooses a road mode of transportation, because road mode of transportation will be okay economical or less costly compared to air mode of transportation. But road mode of transportation, since it is slower, okay, so the buyer has to maintain a large level of inventory because the delivery will be late due to the road mode. But if the air mode of transportation, if you consider, it is faster, the buyer can maintain lower level of inventory. So this way, actions taken in one function manager affects other functions in the supply chain. So the criteria for evaluating performance of a transport manager itself can be changed. Say, for example, now align incentives across functions. So the evaluation basis of transportation manager can be not alone transportation cost, but also inventory cost and customer service. So on the basis of all three, transportation cost, inventory cost, and customer service, okay, the performance of transportation manager will be evaluated. See, now transport manager will think 10 times before choosing any mode of transportation. When you consider road mode, let us say, you will also consider the selection of a road mode of transportation, not only on transportation cost, but also on inventory carrying cost, because lower mode of transportation will lead to delay delivery, and delay delivery will result in the buyer need to maintain larger level of inventory. So inventory carrying cost will increase. So you will consider that. And when the service is slow, delivery is slow, customer service also will be delayed. Customer deliveries will be delayed. So to what extent that leads to customer dissatisfaction and customer switching the company and buying from a competitor. So these all factors now the transportation manager will consider before making the transportation decision. I hope you understand, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So one more consideration here in overcoming the incentive obstacles is pricing for coordination. Price in such a way where the company can secure coordination. Let's see. Quantity discounts, okay, for commodities with high fixed cost. Okay, so companies definitely give, okay, discounts on huge quantity of orders placed. Okay, but companies can give quantity discounts on those products who have a higher fixed cost. So those products which have a higher fixed cost, okay, so the company will be happy to sell them more, okay, faster. So to sell the products with the higher fixed cost more faster, okay, only for such products they can order quantity discounts. So that way the products will move fast also, and buyers will not place orders for products in bulk because other products will not have quantity discounts. Then second option is buyback for products with demand uncertainty. Okay, so when there is the demand for the products is uncertain, okay, so company can bring in a policy of a buyback for products. A newspaper, all the unsold newspapers are taken back by the company. You should know this. Okay, so it is not applicable to all the industries, but wherever it can be, wherever it is feasible, companies can buy back for products with demand uncertainty. So what will happen in that case? Okay, the buyers will place the required number of quantities, or they will not place a shorter order, lesser order. They will place the right order. Okay, then incentives based on sales. over a rolling horizon. So instead of a company giving incentives to retailers, wholesalers, or even to sales reps for that matter, okay, on a monthly basis, we can give the incentives or rewards over a period of time. For example, 1 year period. So throughout the year, the retailers and the wholesalers who have placed the higher orders, only those retailers and wholesalers can be given incentives. Okay, try to understand. Then alter sales force incentives from sell-in to sell-through. So this is the case of organized retailers where companies or manufacturers sell directly to organized retailers. So the sales representative who provide service to or who meet organized retail companies. So usually their incentives are based on sell-in. That is how much order they took from organized retailers, or in our country, how much order they took from wholesalers. Rather than that, provide them incentives to sell through. That is how much is sold by the retailer or how much is sold by the distributor. Based on that, the incentives of the sales force can be given. Then sales representative will stop taking inflated orders. Okay. So this is how, by way of aligning goals and incentives, the obstacle of incentive can be prevented and companies will be able to achieve coordination in supply chain. Okay. So dear students, 2.5 minutes are remaining. So I'll stop here. If you have any doubts or points to share, please do bring them in the next class. I have a class at 10 o'clock, so I have to log out here, record the session and move on to the next class. Okay. So a happy weekend to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. You are welcome. Yes. Who is that?